Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police channel. To our loyal viewers and subscribers at the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because it saves lives. That is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives on this channel. We at this channel aid criminals, their financiers, their supporters, enablers, and the likes with a passion, and we do not want them over here. Yes, let us repeat ourselves. We do not want any criminal supporters over here. Please, we do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes, or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you, the criminal supporters, enablers, financiers, and all the likes, to go to prison or madness. Let me repeat myself. We at the Jamaica Young Police channel, we do not want the criminal supporters and their circle over here. We want you to go to prison or madness. Moving on to our video. Yes, we're going to start off today's video totally different. So we just want you to watch, you listen, and you decide. And then we'll get back to the meat of the matter.
Were often funneled into a system that's been described as a secretive extra-legal process where interrogators seek to extract confessions, sometimes through torture. And it's worth knowing that those term limits that he successfully eliminated were put in place for a pretty good reason, specifically to avoid another Mao, under whose regime some horrific things happened in China, from a collectivised farming attempt that was responsible for at least 45 million deaths, to a cultural revolution that was estimated to have killed at least another million, to his belief that this swimsuit was flattering, which I realise, now that I say it out loud, really doesn't belong with the other two in that list. The point here is, Xi is actively removing the post-Mao guardrails that were put in place. And while China has never exactly been known as a haven for free expression, he has clamped down noticeably on any form of dissent whatsoever.
There is dissent online, and China's censors are working hard to quash it. They temporarily banned the use of phrases such as personality cult and my emperor, and also references to Winnie the Pooh, a character long used to mock Xi Jinping based on an apparent resemblance.
It's true. It's true. Apparently, Xi Jinping is very sensitive about his perceived resemblance to Winnie the Pooh. And I'm not even sure it's that strong a resemblance, to be honest. But the fact he's annoyed about it means people will never stop bringing it up. Trust me, Xi, if your face even remotely resembles that of a beloved cartoon character, the smart move here is to lean in. And clamping down on Winnie the Pooh comparisons doesn't exactly project strength. It suggests a weird insecurity in him, and experts say that Xi is deeply concerned that public opinion will turn on him. China's economy is already slowing, and Xi is reportedly haunted by the spectres of the Arab Spring and the Soviet Union's collapse. And that paranoia may be why he's so anxious to micromanage Chinese daily life. The government has a list of untrustworthy people, which can restrict citizens' ability to travel, buy a house, or take out loans. And over the next few years, there are plans to take things much further.
Every Chinese citizen is being assigned a social credit score, a fluctuating rating based on a range of behaviors. It's believed that community service and buying Chinese-made products can raise your score. Fraud, tax evasion, and smoking in non-smoking areas can drop it. If a score gets too low, a person can be banned from buying plane and train tickets, real estate, cars, and even high-speed internet.
Yeah, you could be cut off from high-speed internet, although that could actually be a huge opportunity for the finest purveyors of shitty low-speed internet. I'm talking, of course...
Yeah, so that video is courtesy of HBO, John Oliver. He's a British comedian. He's married to, an American who's an active duty member of the United States military, and they have children together. Yes, I watch John Oliver, sometimes. Yeah, he's a liberal. Yeah, liberals, although they are funny, with liberals, you have to agree with them all the time. You cannot have any dissent. They have no room for dissent. That's why You know, he said that they're men babies and them, they're not right upstairs. So, yes, one of our, you know, subscriber and, you know, and viewers and a member of the Patreon squad had said to me, you know, Mr. Porter, you know, we need a dictator in Jamaica, and, you know, we need a dictator like Edward Seaga. And I'm like, wrong, you know, that's that, you know, we were talking on the phone, you know, and, you know, that wasn't for public consumption, but, you know, however, I'm still addressing it. So we just, at the Jamaica Young Police, and we just wanted to let you know that most dictators around the world are men with short tempers and thin skins. You know, them easy to get agitated and them feelings get hurt, them eager, you understand? That's how dictators are. So, you know, like even these so-called dons, they are dictators in the community, you know, yes, because they don't want any dissent, like Charge Badness and the likes. Yeah, Charge Badness, who's from Jungle, he's not from Gregory Park, but he want to tell the people them in Gregory Park how to live. And we know, growing up in Waterford in the early 80s, you understand, we know that Gregory Park is always a Labour right community. Not wrong if people them want to change or who them want to vote for, but you're not supposed to impose your will on them. That's dictatorship, and we are against dictatorship. So if you notice, in 2023, there is not a single female dictator around the world. Yes, and most of you did not know that, I know that. But we at the Jamaica Young Police channel, yes, you know, we are all about educating our audience about the same. Yeah, that's what we're all about here at the Jamaica Young Police channel. You know, we love to educate people, edify them, and inform them about the latest. So there's no woman dictator in the world, none. It's just mostly men. So it's men who are insecure and all them, you know, that's why they want for big dictator and control people's life. Women, yeah, women are free spirit and they believe in a democracy. You understand? That's why most women, yes, most women in today's day, that's why them don't want them family, you know, to arrange the marriage to them, especially even in the Muslim world. So there's not a single female dictator around the world. So just remember that. So women are more intelligent than men. And we say that without any apology. And the reason why we are saying that they are more intelligent than men, because women not fighting for power. And if a woman become president or a leader of a country, it's because people voted for them. But these men who are dictators like the Vladimir Putin and the guy in Turkey and Xi Jinping, no one voted for them, you know. Them just put themselves there and, you know, by some oligarchs, and you understand, and them control the other people's mind and them dictate what the other people's can and cannot do. You understand? So did you know that in China the Muppet or cartoon character Winnie Pooh is banned? And you see it. Yeah, you see it early on the video, man, ban Winnie the Pooh, because them say, look, no, really, a big man, you can't believe, say, a big man ban a cartoon character because them say it look like him. Really? Come on, man. You know, that for sure you say them people, them insecure, because you are not Winnie the Pooh and you want them to, you know, make sure that the state ban Winnie the Pooh. Or you can go to jail for even mention the name Winnie. Remember say you have Winnie Mandela, you know? The man ban all a name like Winnie. So what may I tell you? Yeah, yes, it's true. So, you know, as we know that we don't have no female dictator in the world. You understand? You know, there have been a few female dictators in history, such as Indira Gandhi of India and Imelda Marcos of Philippines. But there are the exceptions rather than the rule. So there are a few possible reasons for this. One reason is that men are traditionally held more power in society, making it easier for them to become dictators. Another reason is that women are often seen less threatening than men, which may make them less likely to be overthrown. The banning of Winnie the Pooh in China is a well-known fact. The character is seen as a caricature of Chinese President Xi Jinping, and the Chinese government takes successive to criticism of President Xi. Him a president that dictator Xi them for call them, cause nobody no vote for him. So even on a president, dictator Xi. Mentioning Winnie the Pooh in China can lead to a fine or even imprisonment. Just to say that. So why would I want a dictator? We don't want a dictator. And that, you understand? And that we'll see Donald Trump was trying. But you know what? Even today's date, August 18, them still lying about him winning the election. The man is a notorious liar, you know. And that's why his voters is easy. That's why our Jamaican scammers are so successful. So the Chinese government action are a reminder of the dangers of censorship. When a government is afraid of its people, it will only often resort to censorship to silence dissent. This is a threat to freedom of speech and democracy everywhere. You understand? So we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel are educate people about these issues. It is essential to shine the light on the dark side of dictatorship and censorship to work together to build a more accessible and just world. As we stated, one of our viewers and subscribers and a member of the Patreon squad have said that Jamaica needs a dictator to rein in the indisciplined, lawless people and have a dictator like the late Edward Seaga. And I was like shocked when I heard that, Edward Seaga. So I reminded, you know, the member that the late Edward Seaga was not a dictator. Although he had gotten the chance, yes, Edward Seaga gotten the chance to become one, and he refused to go down that path. You know, Mr. Edward Seaga was a fearless leader who was not afraid of the criminals in Jamaica, and he let them live in fear of losing their lives and not the law-abiding citizens. Edward Seaga was not a dictator. He was a Jamaican. He was Jamaica's democratic elected prime minister for 2 terms from 1980 to 1989. He was a strong leader, unafraid to take harsh measures to fight crimes and corruption. However, he was also can be seen as, yeah, they would have said, in America, they would have said Edward Seaga is more a Ronald Reagan man, back then a GOP, yeah, you understand, a Republican, because he was very close to Ronald Reagan and George H.W. Bush, yeah, you understand, and even Jimmy Carter, you know, offered some assistance to Jamaica during the troubling time. You understand? Because, you know, the sanction them came on Jamaica during Jimmy Carter and passed on to Ronald Reagan. But what the time when Reagan won, Seaga already won the election. So Reagan, so, you know, both of them went to school together in America and them knew each other because Seaga was an American. And, you know, why people, even the same PMP, them have dual citizenship, why them have to denounce them Americans. It's the same PMP. Yeah, it's a man who was a Labourite, Dabdo, and, you know, Bruce Golding, the man, the original Labourite, and Bruce Golding, them chased him out of the party because of his loyalty to Edward Seaga. And the man just scared them got a court. I mean, enough of them have to renounce them citizenship like Darrell Vaz and all them people there. And when you say a man denounce him American citizenship for running for politics, you know it's money in it. Nobody now give them American citizenship for nothing unless a money. So that's why Darrell Vaz denounced him American citizenship and them kids them born American. You understand? I don't know if him I want it back, but maybe when him finish politics, him just reapply and them thing if he reinstate him citizenship. I don't know if it will work or you understand. You know, I don't know of anyone who have renounced them American citizenship and then reinstate it. I don't, you know, I can't tell if it were like that because I'm not that witty when it come on to the Immigration Act. Yeah, I might, you know, have a knowledge of, you know, just, you know, like petition for people and filling out the various forms. I'm not witty and that is not my, you know, forte. Yeah, so dictators, remember that dictatorship is not the answer to crime and disorder. It's essential. You understand? Yeah. Dictators, they are mostly violent. You understand? Just always remember that. But noted that Seaga, he was democratic leader who believed in the rule of law and the importance of human rights. But he believed that criminals must live in fear of losing their lives and not the law-abiding citizen. You have to understand that Jamaica have a democratic system where the people have a say in their government. Is the best way to ensure that the government is accountable to the people and that the rights and citizens are protected. What we need is the people to support the government and the police force to get rid of these criminals, as what we have done in the 1980s. But it's all about changing minds. I would see men like Bounty Killer coming out to tell the people them, say, look, we can't, we're tired of these corals and these parasites killing the people them. So we need enough to push them out so the police them can deal with them. And we don't want them to go to jail. We want them to go to the departure long, which is true. And because that's the best way you can deal with killers. So we appreciate the Prime Minister saying more and preemptive strike. You understand? So the late Edward Seaga was a fearless and the best prime minister when it comes to making the Jamaican people feel and know that they were safe and were not afraid of the criminals in Jamaica. That was when. That was then. That was 9 years. That 1980 to 1989. Yeah man, Siaga, the first time police clapped with eight criminal one time, that was 1981. And the closest thing to that was Brayton 7, and the police officers in Brayton 7 charged murder. So you see the difference. When Siaga was doing it, a real terrorist them take out, what you understand? Yes. And that was rapist named Starkey, them both him a general. He never served in the military. I don't know how them come by that. And you know, General Starkey was a transgender or transvestite, however you want to call him. Because he used to dress up in a woman clothes and wear lipstick. So you know him have some feminine genes in him. And you know, saying the Dictator, a dangerous people them, you know, you understand? So Siaga had let the criminal live in fear of losing their lives and not the law-abiding citizens. This testament to his strong and his strength and determination to fight crime make Jamaica safer. Unfortunately, some people believe that Jamaica need a dictator. This is a dangerous and misguided idea. Dictators are not the answers, because you know most dictators, them use fear and violence, and most dictators them always corrupt. So what happened now in Jamaica? We must strengthen our democracy and fight crime and corruption through various methods, various means, or we can curb crime and let criminals live in fear of losing their lives and not the law-abiding citizens. That is what we need to do in Jamaica, and things can get better. Yeah man, criminal, every time a man take up a gun to commit a crime, he's supposed to think of the consequences. Without that, things not going to be any better. We have to drive fear. Anything that you are doing, it have to do with psychology. So once you can beat them with psychology, and them know that if them pick up a gun or them know a preemptive strike is imminent, I'm going to change the way because nobody know one dead. But because these criminals, them know them have the support of Jamaican for Justice, and they are the criminal rights group and Indicom, yeah, them feel empowered. So that's why them kill people at will and murder people publicly without any fear of repercussion or anything like that. But we want you to know that we at the Jamaica Young Police Channel, yeah, we hate criminal with a passion. Have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.